All right, testing, testing, 1, 2. Okay, so welcome back everybody to another video from Mugen for Evo. So in this video here, I want to talk about something that I apologize if you have a hard time finding this video because I don't really know what I'm gonna name it, but it's something about adjusting sprite sizes, and I don't mean like going to the DEF and making them big or small. I'm talking about sprite box sizes and how to readjust them, and there's two ways to do it. And there's the one I'm going to do here is more for like some of the really larger characters to be adjusted sprite sizes to small. And then that's like one of the ideas, and then the other one is the one I'm going to cover first, which is basically um, characters turning two different sizes for the same character. See, once again, I'm like I said, it's hard to label this video, but anyway, I'm going to show you. So I'll pause it, because I can't make any sounds. So they're going to lower the game so you can hear me. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. See right here, Aaron Black. This is the basic looking into Fighter Factory. As you can see here, Aaron Black is small, 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 small. So I'm going to show you sometimes right now, and he turns into Striker right there. So these are all the sprites that he has, and I'm working on a new super right there. See why he's giant right there? So I'm going to show you. This is a new super I started working on called Here Comes the Cavalry. This is the sprite. See how he's enormous? And this is the mistake I made with Kenshi. And that's why I had to turn his sprite small, because I couldn't figure out how to fix it. Right there, see? And then he puts the gun away, he's still giant. And again, there he is, giant, giant, and blah, blah, blah. And then you see that he's small again. So point is, how do you get him to go from, where was he? Like that to this, like to be small. So it's not really difficult. And I'll go ahead and show the move in match so you can see what I mean.
Finish him!
Good. Good. Let's go.
And then you notice he turns small again. So this is how you do this. So I'm going to fix it with him in real time. So this is why I want to make this video. So what you do is you have to mess with this here. Edit current animation as text. Because what you need is you need the box that some of these characters come with. Because you'll notice a lot of times you'll see characters you get. Now don't get me wrong. If it's like, if you see him turn into like Striker, that basically means the creator didn't have sprites for Aaron Black to do these, so he just turns into Striker. That's like if you get uh like there's a Peacemaker that has a one of his projectiles he just turns into the Punisher. So that basically means he didn't have any that creator didn't have any sprites for Peacemaker to do a machine gun, so he turned him into Frank Castle. Now that more or less is just because they didn't get around to adding animations for it. So I mean, the stuff I do is just to make him move around it. But still, if it's like one gun holding the hand and the sprite shot is all in the same, you have to work the animation as the character, and that's something I don't know how to do yet. But point is, like, they didn't have the sprites for this character, so that's why Striker's like this instead of Aaron Black doing it. But more or less, if you want to make them small, I'm just going to show you how to do it. So pretty much take any, because I got to fix this one too where he's giant. So pretty much take any small like sprite and just adjust it to yours. Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's not, but so like it's 241, right? Let's find 1400, which is the actual frame, right? Just to make it easier. But sometimes you'll want to come up with your own animations. So right there, that's the gunshot we want to use, right? So go here. And this is the sprite that it is, right? So you're going to want to copy this. This is his example. You'll find your own here. And then you're going to want to save it. And then remember it's 1400. And then now you want to go find the super move you were using, which is 3200. Now what you're going to do, go in here. You're going to select all, paste. Now it changes it. Now, this is where you have to pay attention. Once you hit apply, it's going to change the number in there. So if you don't remember, it was 3200. See, there you do. And now it switches to what you had there. And now you see small. I'll call it missile hyper like it was. And right there is where we left it. So we don't need to keep, what is it? 6. Now we may have to adjust some sprites if he's sitting down too long after the move, but we'll worry about that after it's done. The move itself is quite long, so okay. And then now what we're going to do here is go into here and do the same thing. 3201 missile end. Now, unfortunately, we only need one sprite for this, but so we keep all these here. We just got to cut all the way down to these last 2 frames. You can't cut from the first one because you lose the collision box, and then it like kind of throws the whole thing off. So never erase the very original frame. I mean, you could always put the collision box back, but it still throws it off. So basically, if you have the green box, which is normally what a lot of characters come with, and you erase that, they lose all the green boxes. So if you put a collision box, you got the blue. There is a way, I believe, to add the green box, but I don't know how to do it. But still, the green box is what these characters come with. You notice a lot of Mugen characters you download will come with a green box or blue, and some hitbox cases they'll come with a yellow. I saw people do some of this. I just haven't kept it to memory, but so right there, we just want that. And that one. So this will turn into 3, 2, 1. Now we'll go ahead and leave it there, and then we'll go ahead and see if we made the adjustments proper.
Let's go. Let's go.
Now let's go ahead and test it out.
Finish him.
Good. Let's go.
Finish him.
Let's
So
go.
that shows that we need to make the sprite animation a lot longer. So instead of adding frames, you just turn these to larger numbers. Well, not like a 20 there. We could have like a 5. All these could stay the same, but when he's holding it, that needs to stay like a lot longer. Because he's not moving. So, all right, sorry about that. Have to I'm using like a longer version. I mean, like a more trial version of Bandicam. So, because the move is quite long, as you saw earlier. So, sometimes adding frames helps, but sometimes also adding a longer time onto a move can also help. It makes it look worse in animation, but he's not moving. He's just crouching down. So since he's not moving, you can leave it the way it is. So we'll see how this goes. Just making numbers longer so he could sit there long enough to finish the move. That's another thing too. When you have to do this, pay attention that you may need to follow the exact formula of the original move. I had to do that with Tron. or the move will like end way too early, and you don't really want all that. So, all right, let's try it now, and we'll do the same here with the missile end. I'm gonna do like 10. All right, let's try this.
Let's go. Let's go.
Finish him.
Let's go.
Good.
Okay, see, it
Let's
worked out.
go.
We just have to adjust a couple sprites, but I could do that on my own time. So anyway, and I'm going to show you now the other option, which is a little more difficult. I mean, not more difficult, but it's a little more time consuming. This is the other option I found. I'm just going to show you an example I had with Tron. All right, there we go. Had to stop the recording, I guess, because it was making the screen take too long to load because it's trying to load the game and record at the same time. So anyway, so I'm going to show you a quick example of what I did with Tron. Now, this is what I mean by sometimes it'll work and it depends. Like, let's say you have, because I copied from two of her super moves from 3D Tron, 3D Marvel Tron. And when I tried the same thing, some sprites came out okay, but not all of them. So in some situations for that, you'll have to make it very time consuming and go here into, oh, God, it's going to be a nightmare while trying to do all this shit while recording. Anyway, like, see, all these are giant, and that's kind of natural for how they look. It's just when you actually look at the sprites and match is different. But sometimes you'll want to come in here. Let me just get Tron to be easier. So as you can see back here, we have 3D Tron sprites. The thing about it is, even if you do, like, see how they're smaller, even if you adjust the sprites the way you see, she even has the green box there, but they still come out a little bit funky. So it's a little easier when you're trying to fix the character sprites that are themselves. Like, let's say 2D Tron had a sprite where she turned big, and it, like, you could do what I showed you to fix it. But in some situations, like, let's say you have 2D Tron and 3D Tron, or like 2D Batman, 3D Batman, and you want to take 3D Batman's moves for 2D, and the sprites come out enormous. In some situations where this doesn't work, because there are situations where it's not going to, you'll have to go into here and go into image editor and just kind of resize it. And you have to play around with that. And it's very time consuming because sometimes you'll be like, I wonder if this size is right. And then the character's way small or they're not small enough. So I'll show you what I mean with Tron here.
Good. Good.
Now, I got lucky with that one because originally her command grab was 3D and I switched it to her throw sprites. And it just worked out that way with the animation. So I got lucky with that one. But with the super move, you'll see it very differently. It looks better than it did because I adjusted sprites, but it's not perfect.
Let's
And
go.
I'm not too upset with how it looks. It's gonna do what it's supposed to do. But I'll show you something here in the middle. You can see a little Tron in there because I adjusted the sprites, but the 3D one still wouldn't match it. So it's like the shadow of the 3D is still there. So as she's spinning, you can see that the big one's spinning over the 2D sprite. So it's, I mean, it ain't perfect, but I'm not upset about it. But I'm just showing you. That's where you see Tron falling, and then boom.
Let's
I
go.
have to adjust some sounds and stuff to it, but more or less that's that. So, but no, yeah, I just wanted to make this video because it's something when I was messing around with, I was like, well, I don't want to, I don't want to get like a little Aaron Black sprite if someone on Mugen has made one, or like a little, there's a couple Quan Cheese or Shinnok sprites, obviously, but the point is you don't want to go through all those characters and find little or bigger sprites when you have options of like, okay, just do this and just fix the hitboxes. I had to do all that with Raiden. A lot of his moves look better now than it did before, and he's on the way to being completed. But yeah, as I showed you here with Tron, sometimes it's not that simple. Sometimes you may have to go in there and actually adjust it. There's if you guys out there watching the video know anything more about this, definitely share with myself and the community so we can all help each other out. This is what I know about it, and I want to help people out who are stuck in this situation. But of course, I do know there are ways to actually make green boxes and yellow boxes and all that stuff. The problem is, I don't think that exactly would fix it. It's just like what I did here was just like, oh, so just take the animation and then drop it there. Because if you look in here, these are just like, see, it shows 2000, 000 is like time, and then 3. It has nothing to do with size. These are like collision boxes, I think, but I don't know if it's per size. So let's look at this one here, right? See, 39, 64, 31. See, I'm not aware if those are collision sizes or not. So that's more something I'm still understanding, but it's like here, 92, 194. So matter of fact, while we're at it, and I think that's fine the way it is. See, 000. See, there's no sprite numbers in here. 3226 is just the group number. And none of these numbers look small enough to be a giant statue, a giant sprite. So yeah, 5070. So we could try something with this, right? So let's just randomize the number to make it look smaller, right? So 52, 94, 33, 3, right? So let's just see. See? All that did was adjust the height. They didn't adjust the sprite box. See? So we didn't really change anything. All right, so that was pretty much what I wanted to do to make a take on this subject for this video. Let me add some sound. But I definitely helped myself to learn it, and I hope I help some of you with this problem. But yeah, of course, if any of you know more, definitely share. Because I'll help each other out. I like to make these videos to gain attention for stuff. I haven't made a tutorial video in a while because I've been working on character updates and what like that. But every once in a while, I will find something like from myself, and then like if anybody else struggling with this, I'd like to make a video about it. So thank you guys for watching once again. More character updates and stuff along the way. I will see you guys again in the next video, and let's keep learning together.